I want to thank Matthew for the invitation. I'm a great fan of the RSA and a long-time fellow. And I'm delighted to know that my talk here has been the most popular download. No, I was saying the TED video has been downloaded 4 million times. My son showed me a video recently on YouTube of two kittens who seem to be having a conversation. It's 90 seconds long, and that's been downloaded 17 million times. So I'm not getting carried away with myself, really. If only I had looked cute for 90 seconds, my fame would be even greater. I just want to say a few words about this book, because the real value of today is that we're a small enough group to have a conversation, and I would really value that. I was asked recently how long it took to write this book, and there are two answers to that. One of them is 8 months. 6 to 8 months. And the other is 35 years. Because this book is about something I feel passionately about and have done most of my professional life. Actually, longer than that even, most of my unprofessional life. And the core idea really is that, certainly in my experience, most adults have no idea of their true talents, no idea of what they're really capable of achieving. Most adults, in my experience, kind of bump along the bottom. You know, they do something they feel perhaps more or less competent in, things they feel they need to do, but don't do it with any great passion or commitment or any great sense of fulfillment. I don't say this is true of you, and I can't prove the statistics of this. I'm just saying it's been my experience. I meet people time and again. And yet I also meet people who absolutely love what they do and couldn't really imagine doing anything else. That when they discovered this thing, for them it was a turning point, and this is what their life has become. So I've long been interested in what the difference is and what makes the difference. And the book is therefore based on a whole series of interviews with people about how they got to be, so to speak, in their element. I heard myself saying this a lot, you know, that people do their best when they do something they love, when they're in their element. And I thought, well, what is it quite to be in your element? And I think it's two things. One of them is that if you're in your element, you're doing something for which you have a natural capacity, a natural feel. And it's different for all sorts of people. It's different for all of us, really. One of the people in the book is a guy called Terence Tao. I didn't have the pleasure of meeting him, but his story is quite well known, and we included it. Terence Tao, have you heard of Terence Tao, any of you? He's a professor of mathematics in UCLA. At the age of 2, he taught himself to read from Sesame Street. So a rather quirky accent in the case of Terence, and rather too feathered for most people's taste, really. And then at the age of 3, he was completing double-digit equations. I don't know what they are, by the way, but he was doing it at 3. At the age of 8, he took a college entrance exam in mathematics and got 97%. At the age of 20, he got his PhD in maths, and at the age of 30, he got the Field Medal, which is the equivalent to the Nobel Prize for Mathematics, and the MacArthur Genius Award. It's reasonable to say that Terence gets maths. You know? Terence got the hang of maths, frankly, in a way that most of us have not. I realized recently, I was born in 1950. That's not what I realized recently. I knew that. I have known that for some time now. In fact, since 1950. So I'm a kind of boomer, kind of. And I realized recently that I was given a guitar as a teenager around the same time that Eric Clapton got his first guitar.